Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Big Papa Cody Wandering Picked. Welcome in, guys. How you guys doing? Excuse me. We're going to get ready to start. Jump right in. We got Votann. And we're going to keep painting these guys. So, little robot-loving dudes. I'm going to do gloves, and I think I'm going to do the gloves in brown. There's the brown. Black brown. So we're going to paint the gloves. Let me see if I have another bottle of this. Just in case. I need to keep a list of my spares at this point. Do I have two dark blues for some reason. Bunch of washes. That black brown. No, that's black umber. What's going on, everybody? Sir Starming Fish, welcome in. Okay. Do not have another black brown, so that'll be on the list to buy. Also, khaki might be on that list too. Realize I had audio muted. Oh no. Misfit, good morning. Hope it's better at this point. How are you guys doing today? You're gonna give me a random selection of Zinch demons and disrepair I'm trying to fix up. Well, that's cool. Alright. Okay, yeah. What in the world is going on? So happy Thursday, guys. Any good news? Six Zangor, one blue horror. Okay, you can field stuff in Age of Sigmar in weird numbers, right? Are they restricted like 40k is, or are you just you good to go with those? Much brown paint there. Let's spread the love here. Doing well. Brahmed Ali. Alright. Painting family's doing great. Yep. Yeah. I had a realization the other day that summer vacation is way more busy for me than the normal school year. I don't know how I feel about that. It's alright. Usually doing fun things, but it's like everybody has summer off and wants to do things, and then it just, yeah, my time just slips away so quick. Silver accents. Yeah, I think brown gloves are the way to go on these. Pretty cool Saturday videos. Oh, nice. Welcome in, Judge Dave. How you doing? Kids in the house. Yeah, it makes the day so much busier. Yeah. I just feel bad because I feel like I spend April and May just telling everybody like, yeah, this summer we can do things this summer, and then like it's past the middle of July at this point, and I have so many commitments that I haven't followed through on. Civ 6 Platinum Edition is currently free on Epic Games. Whoa, what's included in the Platinum Edition? I don't know if I still have Epic Games. Painting Son is still fencing. Yep, he has practice every Thursday, so he'll be going to practice tonight. I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna do it, mainly because he's 8 and they have a group for like 5 to 8-year-olds. But then when he's 9, he goes with like all the older kids and adults and stuff for like normal practice. And they typically practice 3 nights a week for 3 hours a night. And he can go to less, and that's fine, but we're going to be paying a lot of money, and then a 3-hour practice anyway is insane for a 9-year-old. So, in my opinion, or at least for my 9-year-old. So I don't know if that's something we want to commit to or something he wants to commit to, but yeah, he has been fencing. Yeah, 3 hours is a lot. Nine-hour commitment a week is a lot to ask for a 9-year-old. That's exactly right. That is, yeah. I don't know if that's going to be necessarily like doable. Yeah, and the price increases significantly, which, like, if he really wanted to do it, we'd make it happen, but alright, we're just hitting gloves here on these guys. Get him a job? That's true, Judge Dave, yeah. There's a lot of fencing. Painting something to be shredded within like 6 months. It is hard work. So I do have the giveaway mini assembled. So we're gonna do a giveaway next week. And the mini is assembled. I'm gonna try to prime it this weekend and everything, get it ready for next week. I think it's a lot of fencing a week. I'm 29. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But if you guys want to see the assembled miniature I'm going to give away, it was actually really, really nice mini to assemble. Very little complaints, but it is a very modern sculpt. So, but what we're going to do, it can be yours completely free. You get an entry just by showing up during the stream in which I paint it. Giveaway mini assemble, yeah. Let me show you. Here it is. Yeah, it's a Cafe Shugengen Lord. That's what it's called. So it's like a dragon horse that she's riding. And yeah, I'm going to paint this, I think, over the course of 2 streams next week. So we're going to take 2 streams to paint this. Is what I'm going to try to do. This mini is wild. There's so many. Thank you, Sir Storming Fish, for the Gesundheit. There's so much going on with this mini, but we're going to try. And yeah, I'm going to draw for a lucky winner at the end of the 2nd stream. And we'll try to give that away. Look at the profile of that thing is wide. Yeah, very cool mini. Not doing sub-assemblies. We're going for speed and interest. I'm excited to paint the scales. I really like the color scheme that the studio does for this mini with like the yeah, drawers. Yeah. The like pale green scales and the like pale green wings and everything. Looks really cool. So yeah, that's what we got. This is a very cool mini though. Man, what a great looking army. Yeah. So that's what we're doing next week. Square bases are greater than round bases. I agree. I like my square bases. Chaos Dwarves would be better. Well, there might be some Chaos Dwarves and minis to paint soon. But we'll know for sure after tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a special stream tomorrow. So I normally don't stream on Fridays, but I'm going to stream on Friday. And Zendral's going to be streaming with me. So we're going to stream together. And what we're going to do, we're going to hang out, I don't know, maybe 1:30 or so we'll start, 1:30 Eastern. And then at 2, GW is doing their big summer announcement stream. And yeah, we're going to hang out and watch that, and then we're going to chat for a little bit afterwards. Won't be a very long stream, but we're going to do the streamer thing and play another stream and then commentate afterwards. I don't know if we're going to be talking a lot during the stream. I think we're just going to watch the hour-long stream, let it go, and then we'll give our thoughts and our, opinions afterwards and stuff. So that's kind of the idea. What I figured with Zendral might be a little more entertaining and exciting. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure his phone is out of the room so he can't play his horse girl game. That's what we'll be doing. T Slayer, what's going on, man? How you doing? Yes, there will be Heresy announcements. There's going to be Legion Imperialis announcements, Old World, 40k, Kill Team. Age of Sigmar is supposed to be the big one. What else? Underworlds, I think, is getting an announcement. So there's a lot of stuff. That's going to be announced. And I hope they just kind of move through it. If they want to stick it into an hour and they're putting in 8 games in this announcement, then they better move quick. On your work break, nice. Yeah, the negative talk basically went away yesterday. So yeah, we talked all about that yesterday, and I had a whole stream Sunday night where we just sat around and chatted about all the negativity and stuff, and what it could mean or what it isn't and what it is and all that stuff. So we did all that. Yeah, Black Library announcement as well. So if you're looking forward to that, you got cool book announcements hopefully. Yeah, sorry about that, Judge Dave. But yeah, we were talking the article yesterday GW put out was basically like quelled a lot of the complaints. Yeah, basic summary. Yeah, basic summary is Games Workshop, they exist to make money. Okay. We got that out of the way. Alright. It's bad for business. It's bad to make money when you release a rulebook. And in that rulebook, someone is brand new to the game. They buy the rulebook and they want a cool unit that's in the rulebook, and they can't buy it. Yeah, Middle Earth. Yeah, what a surprise Middle Earth is missing from an announcement stream. Yeah, game is just appreciate the game's forgotten about and just play it as it is. That's the proper way to enjoy Middle Earth. So yeah, it's bad for business when someone reads a rulebook, they have a really cool thing they see, but then they find out that it doesn't exist anywhere. You can't buy it from Games Workshop, and so they go either it dissuades people from playing, or they go to other sources to get their minis. All their whole sites. That's a whole other issue, Judge Dave. That's a whole other thing. I'm talking from purely the book and rules standpoint and how that relates to business. So what corporate decides is Only things available to buy go in the book. Now, I understand there are some weird things about that, but that's a whole other thing. If you can't buy it, it's not in the book. The rules designers get the freedom with the PDFs. I think for the most part, they get the freedom for the PDFs to put the things they want in the game. So the rules designers, they're actually writing the rules. They know what people want, and they put, all the other units in the PDFs. So, little Tommy or whatever who's just getting into the game, he's not straight up looking at the PDF initially. So he might just buy the stuff in the GW store or whatever. But, as you get into it and you're like, oh, wow, I can put a character on a bike or give them a jump pack and stuff. And then it's just like, now it's like conversion opportunities, and it's like all the customization that we know and love from Heresy. So it's, it's the difference between the corporate management and the actual game designers is what that is. But everybody saw the corporate management decision Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and panicked, and completely forgetting that there was a whole Legacies thing coming out, and refused to acknowledge that was a thing. And then the article yesterday told everybody what was going to be in there, so that hopefully, at least for my local group, it seems to have brought multiple people back into wanting to play 3rd edition. So just that one article yesterday. But get our one supplement later this year and be happy about it. Yeah, that's Middle Earth. Yeah, so the scenario that they put out, the Battle for Middle Earth, all those scenarios are those like narrative scenarios. They're just reprinting the scenarios from the last edition. That's all they are. So like the last edition had all these scenarios in like the main rulebook or whatever, and they're just it's just those scenarios, but like, hey, you score different because it's the new edition. That's like the only difference. It is literally the bare minimum. But yeah, with Heresy, even if people are upset, how that game has always functioned is the community fixes everything. So the community will fix whatever isn't there. Where's Heresy in their job listings a while ago? Yeah, well. Bare minimum. Wandering picked. Okay. These dwarf wizards here. I mean, they'll try Misfit. They tried to hype up the new edition, but I do not want. These are just supposed to be gloves, so we're just painting with gloves. It's Games Workshop or Lord of the Rings is a much different franchise than it was 25 years ago, so it doesn't make them the money, which, they don't put money into it, but that's kind of the thing. Like, they have 3-4 games that make them tons of money, and Middle Earth is not one of those, so you put, money after money, right? That's what you do. Yeah, yeah. I actually kind of like the Rings of Power show. It has its ups and downs. It's not, it's not the Lord of the Rings trilogy quality, but it's it's pretty good. Music is great. Amazon MMO, yeah. So like 1/10 the amount of players. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it sells 1/10 the amount though. Yeah, Rings of Power has its moments of like amazing things. It has moments of like really lame things, but it's cool. The dwarves are the best part of that show, in my opinion. Yeah, it's they're very slowly working toward. If you were screaming in the background, that would be my son being goofy. But I'm sure next season will be more and more because they definitely like really went more into it. They made the rings and stuff this past season. So all right, 1 second, 1 second. All right. Yeah, there's nothing to buy. That's true, Sir Starving Fish. Yeah, I can't sell 1/10 if there's not 1/10 of stock. I feel bad. There's a local store near me that has. I was just there the other day, and they have like a Middle Earth SPG shelf, and it's like an end cap, like an aisle end or whatever, like display, and they still have like 5 copies of the starter set, and my understanding is that let's get some paint here, burnt red. So they have that. Hey, Raptor, what's up, man? They don't usually carry more than one starter set per game at any given time. So I think that those starter sets are still available from when the edition first launched, and they bought like a bunch, and they still haven't sold. Like they still have like 5 of them. Was delayed again. Oh, that sucks. Well, glad you're finally home. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Do the red. Let me check some colors here. See the things I've painted so I can make sure I'm that color. All right. Let's get out our bone again. We gotta do paint a couple things with bone here. Interesting. Hey, Blue, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. Not you. We need you.
Stay on target.
Tried to paint outside camera. Why you, Raptor? Tony, man, my camera angle is weird and I can't adjust it back to where it was for some reason. Like one thing shifted and everything's off. Doing well, resting him. All right, good, good. Yeah, I'm painting secret stuff. That's right. You guys aren't allowed to know what I'm painting. I just take a few minutes and go over and put a quick color on something, and yeah. What's the Santa Claus looking guy? Yeah, I know. That's how I feel about it. Oh, man, I gotta give him a white beard now. I'm trying, okay? Jeez, Blue. Just like wreck everything I have here. The Grimnir, yeah. What kind of camera do I use? I have, oh man, I have a Canon, no, it's a Lumix, like G95 or something. Yeah, it's... Christmas theme. No, Christmas theme Votann would be epic every month of the year. That's where you're mistaken. So I'm going through with these colors again and just trying to find things I missed on some of these bigger colors. Knows all the rules and lore, but assembling minis clear. Oh no. Huh. You got one of those projects too, huh? I've gotten a couple of those wandering picked. Yeah, I think just some people just struggle with seeing details or assembling minis or something. Easter themed Sharky's Rogues Army I run? That's great. How is it Easter themed? That's true. That's true. Think of the shields. The shields for what? Sharky's Rogues. There's none of the minis in Sharky's Rogues that have shields. If that's what you're talking about. I think they're. I don't think there's anything that uses shields, right? Easter egg colors: pastel pink, yellow, and blue. Okay, okay. With springtime flower bases. All right, all right. I mean, they are in the Shires, so that would make sense. Oh yeah, blue. Yeah, yeah. Those droids, the droids that I had painted. Yeah, I remember. Okay, let's go through some of these. There's a couple of these particular minis. Yep, they are Star Wars minis. Yeah, that whole lot was a mess. That guy ended up selling all those minis too. He didn't. He. It was funny because this is the second time this happened. I've seen this. I paint minis for someone, like character minis and stuff, and I'll paint these really nice minis, and they'll paint a bunch of stuff, and then when they sell it, they take pictures of the army, and they'll take close-up pictures of the minis I painted, and then everything else is just like a distance shot, and then they try to sell their army, and they don't give me credit for it, so it's nice. What's that? You put extra hand on? Hold on. What? Currently building Heresy vehicles. I think those models are my favorite. Yeah, the Heresy vehicles are great. Yeah. Kratos are really good in 3.0 apparently. So. Root Hounds pulling a hecaton? Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah, yeah. It was like last month. I painted that stuff back in like March, maybe. Then he was like, "Yeah, I'm getting out of the game," and so he posted on some local discords selling it. Because he had 40k minis too that were there, so he's selling 40k army and yeah, this Legion stuff. I don't think it's about being a I think it was just didn't want to play anymore. I don't know. Like he got out of the game. I do know one of the lots he was selling was way too much. He was asking for he was asking for over retail price, which you don't do when you sell like painted minis already. And like I had painted some of his stuff, but like guys, I'm gonna tell you, he assembled a basilisk, and like things were on backwards that you wouldn't think could go on backwards. Like it looked like an AI image of a basilisk. It was pretty wild. And he was trying to sell that lot over retail. And yeah, and he took close-up pictures of the minis that I painted, and then then everything else was like a way back, like at the other side of the table distance shot with his basilisk with like 3 things on backwards that didn't that physically could not have made sense in your brain. So pretty wild. Pro painted, yeah. What else are we doing? This bone color. Get you. Paint adds additional $100. Yeah, I don't think he sold. I'm gonna be real honest. Also, I also noticed, he was the one, if you guys remember, I painted 40K minis and there were like arms missing and stuff, or like extra arms on minis. It was crazy, and like certain pieces that weren't present. And when I asked him like, hey, you wanna pass me the piece for this arm, so I can make it look complete. He's like, no, thanks. I was like, okay. He conveniently did not take pictures of those parts. Like the close-up pictures he had were avoiding the missing parts on the minis. So got to be honest when you're selling stuff, especially in like a local community, right? Like that's not okay. Hey, squirrel, what's going on? Yeah, I know people who have bought pro painted stuff on eBay, and were always like, they showed me the minis that they bought, and they were horrible looking. Okay, what am I doing next here? Spare plastic.
Stay on target.
Sorry. I got minis pushing me over. Too many minis. Hey, thank you. I try to be chill. There are often people that don't think they're good enough to do it. Yeah. Was that the difference between like the Dunning-Kruger effect and like imposter syndrome? I don't know. Tomorrow might be a hype stream. We're gonna stream watching the Games Workshop announcements. So that's something that tickles your fancy. We're gonna me and Zinder are gonna be on stream, and we're going to hang out. We're gonna watch it, and then we're gonna basically give some thoughts for a little bit. It's like you're gonna call it just secret. Okay. All right. Interesting. The announcement is 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure what it is in European time. Maybe 7 or 8 p.m. for you. Yeah, stream. So we're going to start streaming about 1:30 p.m. Eastern. and then we'll chat for a little bit. We'll start the stream. We'll start the GW stream, and then we'll probably stick around for about half hour after. We'll talk about some of our thoughts, and you guys want to yell at the screen or something because it sucked or because it was good. I don't know, but we'll see. Lots of good games having announcements and stuff, so we want to be hyped for everybody. It just sounded like something fun and different to do. Means I'm not painting Votann on stream, so. And I plan on turning on the stream and then letting it play. So I'm not going to be talking over the stream, okay? Because I kind of hate that. When I'm watching something, if I were to watch someone do, I would hate it if someone were talking over because I feel like I'd miss information. So we're gonna play the stream. Let it go through. We'll do that, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So. Okay, 8 p.m. CEST. Okay. Is that Central European Standard? Is that what that is? HVAC technicians here to fix the office. Oh, nice, John Lockridge. All right, finally getting the AC fixed in the office. That's great. We won't be as miserable. You'll just have work misery and not AC misery going on. It's good. European summertime. Okay. I won't be up for that. Wait, 12 a.m. UK? It won't be 12 a.m. UK. No. It'll be like 7 p.m. UK, I think. Six p.m. Okay. There you go. 6 p.m. for the Brits. Telling you guys, we're gonna finish these base colors. We get the wash on these minis are gonna look 10 times better. Then we just have details to do. So playing D&D at that time, that's too bad. That's all right though. That's all right. The Europeans complain that I don't stream in times good for them. And then we finally stream at a time good for them, and they're all playing D&D instead of watching my stream. I see how it is. Yeah, Squirrel, it's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And UK is 4 hours after us, so 6 p.m. 6 p.m. UK. If you don't want to take my word for it, then you can check the Games Workshop Warhammer Community site. They have all the times for some different time zones. They give you more exact time. 1 day and 2 hours. Yeah, from this exact moment. There we go. Yep. I'm gonna do a regular stream. Yeah, I'll be on Twitch. Oh, yeah, yeah. And if you want to join the Patreon, you can. For $1 a month. You get an extra entry into the giveaway we're doing next week. And I think I'm going to try to do it in 2 streams. I'm going to try to paint that mini in 2 streams. And then I'm going to send it to someone for free. So, if that is something that you're interested in, if you want a Shugingen Lord for the old world, fully painted up by me, then you get a free entry if you just show up to the stream and say hi. And if you want more, then jump in the Patreon. Support my channel and get an extra entry. Come hang out with us on Wednesday nights. You know, that whole thing. Everyone's welcome for that, except that one guy who's a miserable accountant when playing Heroes of Might and Magic. Yeah, the Heroes of Might and Magic guy is not welcome, but everybody else is. No, we'd give him a second chance. We'd give him a second chance. It's alright. There have been a couple people banned from this channel who've had their chances, but... You know... Like, the one person who wouldn't be allowed was the one guy who thought that, GW catering to women in Warhammer meant they had to dumb down the rules of the game because women aren't smart enough to play Warhammer. That guy is not welcome. And yes, that was an actual take from somebody who was an obvious 4chan user. Yeah. Yeah, he said that. That dude was furious. He was so furious I like Warhammer. Yeah. He was getting so mad at, like, it was funny too, because I think he was on YouTube. He was in chat and I was letting him, don't worry about it, Squirrel. Don't look it up. It's not worth it. It's a wretched hive of scum and villainy. But what he was talking about how what was the argument? Oh, how he didn't like women coming into his game store because the guys that were there playing would get distracted, and that was bad for the group. So instead of it being the neckbeard's fault who you know, are distracted by a girl in the shop or whatever, you know, and like I don't even understand like how you do instead of that it was the, you know, the lady's fault because she dare go into the store that was his store, you know, that he claimed already. Yeah, oh my gosh, it was wild. Yeah, I kept him going for a little bit just to see like what kind of crazy ideas he had, and then I was like, all right, that's enough. Yeah. Otherwise known as like the average 4chan user, I feel like from my experience of the little I've seen. Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild. Like, yeah, like, buddy, you can't keep it in your pants, so it's the other people's fault. Like, that's, ugh. Isn't that like true like incel moment, right? Like, it's their fault I can't control myself. So. No. We don't need to pull Zen into this. Zen's cool. We make fun of Zen enough in this channel. We don't need to like characterize him as that, because that's like bad. Like, you know, Zen plays his anime horse girl games, but he's not, you know, he doesn't blame women for like GW Warhammer. Like, it's wild, you know. That's wild. Yes, he respects his anime horse ladies. That's true. Yeah. I was gonna say that children under 18 should be banned from game stores. Game stores should be adult only. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he had a massive Slanesh collection. Yeah, he was just wanting to bring his his naked lady miniatures to the game store, wasn't he? Without people looking down on him. Yep. You know, I think we all realize, you know, we're all in this hobby. Black OP Delta, welcome up. Black Op Delta, welcome. I think we all realize that, and some of us probably are among these types of people, right? Where we go to these game stores, we play these games, and we're not hanging around the most socially adept people, right? Like a lot of these like hobbies for a long time were like were very like, I don't know, shunned. Maybe not shunned, but like not you know, not looked well upon for a very long time. And like, you know, now it's like the age of the nerd, so it's like cool to be nerdy, but for a long time it wasn't. And so you definitely have people that aren't like your normal, you know, like societal, like normal people that hang around, and that's still a thing. And we all hang around those people when we play these games and we hang out at these stores. And some of us, like I said, we're all that person to some extent, right? We're all awkward and weird and have our own like strange things that we're about. But that's one of the reasons I think it's even crazier that people are like end up being like really not accepting of other people, especially when you're in this hobby. It's like we're all in this together, people. Like you just bring us all down when you start like hating groups of people. But yeah, I think we all understand like the kind of people that yeah. And the introduced female custodians, I very nearly left the game altogether. Not because, but because of the way people were reacting to them. Yeah, that's fair, Wandering Pig. Yeah, because people were pretty disgusting about the whole thing. So one of these days, Painting Dad's going to paint a lore-accurate Custodes, and it's going to be a very female-looking Custodes. And that's the closest I'm ever going to get to clickbait. Slanesh and White Scars. That's cool. That's cool your daughters play 40k. Man, a good painted White Scars army is one of the best looking things on the table. Just don't shame people for their preferences. Exactly. Yeah. Be as weird as you want, guys, but we don't treat other weird people with indignity, right? We treat GW with indignity because they deserve it, right? That's the thing we can all agree on. There we go. The corpo hate is what brings us together. Okay, we will need silver. We'll do some silver details here, and we'll need our reds. But we're just working through some of these colors. I'll need some more black. I'll have to, go through with the black a little bit. Into D&D. My son and my other daughter are video gamers. Okay, well, yeah. That's cool. That's cool they have their stuff. Marine stuff started up again because they took out mention of male hormones being basic building block of Marines. Interesting. When did they take that out, Black Op? Because I'm trying to think of like I might have to look this up because because I have like the 4th edition Marine Codex, and they go through like I remember there's a very detailed page on like how a Space Marine is made, and I don't remember that being a specific thing, but I might go back and read that, see if I can find that, because that's interesting. Oh, are you talking about in the like the Heresy 3.0? Oh, I haven't seen anybody mention that. Interesting. Yeah, we want people to play the game. If we want people to play the game, we can't just like hate people. It's ridiculous. Not you, I want you. So stop being ridiculous, guys. Okay, we got some silver. We'll need to get belt buckles. That'll be a thing. But first, let's get some of these other silver bits that are potentially missed. Oh, except for that? Interesting. Huh. Oh well. Doesn't bother me any. Ooh, where am I looking? Where am I looking? How about that sports ball? Yeah, yep. Ooh, and finished? Okay. Okay, one moment. Let me paint this little Dorcas here. Alright. Finished projects, checking out my draw's minis. What do we got, my draw? Oh, nice. Blade Guard veterans. And these are these Ultramarines? Man, I love the what you did with the Aquila in the middle. With the red on the like the inner wings, the white on the outer ones. That's really cool looking. And great edge highlighting, man. Swords look good. Blue looks nice and clean. Looking great, man. Basing's good. I like the shield color combinations. Are really nice. Like the warm white on them. Good stuff. Hold on. Get you a hearty, proud dad there. There's some of these other ones that I... There we go. Yeah, the blue like little accent on the shield is just yeah, it's nice. It's a really nice touch. I'd like to stand out for being a successor chapter. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Hey, you know, it's... I mean, it could be very obvious that they're deliberately not doing that, and I think that's fine. Because it's their game, and Games Workshop changes the lore for this setting every like year, so one of these days you're gonna have Lady Space Marine and the internet's gonna melt down like it does, and I will not care, because all of my Space Marines have helmets anyway. I'll burn my army, yeah. I was waiting to hear about someone burning their Heresy army after seeing the 3.0 leaks this weekend. I was waiting for it. Nobody did. At least not that I know of. And like I said, everybody's kind of calmed down a little bit, so. Get belt buckled later. It's like they've been sidelined and everything lately. I don't know. I would disagree, but that's how you feel. It's how you feel. I just saw the new Superman movie this weekend. That was good. Superman's still a dude, and it was a really good movie. I haven't seen it. Heard good things. Yeah, it was good. I'm not like big into Superman to begin with, but I thought it was good. The guy who played Superman did a good job. I think so, and from what I was told, mainly from Zen, was that was probably the most comic book accurate Superman that's been in a movie. So. Grimaldus, after he gets painted, he'll run a game as Black Temple. There you go. Successor chapters for the win. It's a way to do it. Silver, why not? Totally forgot about the carabiner on this guy. This silver touch-up, and we'll go and we'll start doing red on minis. Reverse guards sound awesome. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Nice. The Blue Templars. That's what you're running. I used to do that. I had a homebrew chapter back in like fourth edition. I started them, and yeah, they were mid-tone green with silver trim, silver secondary colors. I really enjoyed my color scheme, but yeah, they were called the Raven Swords, and I mostly just use Ultramarine rules, but would occasionally use other rules as like things came out, like things look like fun, and I would add minis and add lore to my chapter and everything. So it's cool. Yeah, new Superman movie was very like analogous to like modern events, which was interesting, especially since like that movie's been in development for like several years, right? Like they don't just film a movie in a year, 6 months or whatever, and put it out. But I thought it was interesting how on the nose with a lot of current events that movie was. It's kind of interesting. The the like opening scene of the movie was great too. I liked how they introduced everything because it wasn't an origin story either, which was nice. So I feel like everybody knows the origin story of Superman. You know, like we don't need that rehashed 1,000 times. So it was cool. Yep. No origin story. It kind of was, yeah, yeah. The start of the movie is just it just gets you right in there. They give you like a tiny bit of exposition, and then it's just here's the movie. Yeah. Black Op. I don't know. I don't think I necessarily agree with that. I think the problem is with the internet and like with social media and everything. The role models that people find are like the most horrible people because when someone has a microphone, and they can edit a video, they can like propel themselves to looking like an expert or like anything they want. And I think that ends up being really dangerous for people, for kids and everything. But um, yeah, I think there are plenty of great role models out there for young men and young women and everybody. But what the good role models out there don't get the bullhorn and like we could talk about like how horrible so and so is and how they do all these terrible things and they're a terrible person, but it just gives them a microphone, right? It gives them a platform, and more people see them, and that whole attitude of like, oh, this guy's funny, like he says terrible things, but it's funny, and then like people just like the kids' opinions are just influenced by that, and after a while, it's not just hey they're funny. It's like no, I think they're kind of right. Like how they're funny and they're right, and like, and then it ends up being like a vicious cycle. Yeah, yeah. But no, I don't have any problem with women being able to star in a movie or be in a TV show, or if a corporation owns a show and they want to put a female lead in the show, like that's up to them. They think it'll make them money. They can do that if they want, and people are allowed to watch it if they want or not. But yeah, I think it's a lot more complicated than just oh there's no men role models out there because women have taken over or something. Like that's I think that's frankly just ridiculous. Who's the they? Who's they that we're talking about here? Talk about like the corporations? It's how the corporations do things, or what? Writers? Yeah, okay, so corporations is what it is. Yeah, cuz I don't know if you know this, but writers are hired by corporations to write things. And you know, if you expect a corporation to have any morals, any like sense of duty to anything except paying themselves and the shareholders, I think you're going to be very upset when you learn that they're not. And that's capitalism, though, right? Capitalism is big company wants to make money, they're going to do whatever they think is going to make them money. There's no morals involved. There's no um, yeah, there's no like sense of duty or like what do we do that's right and wrong? There's none of that. It's just we will make more money if we do this than if we don't. Yeah. Corporations don't make products, they don't make movies, they don't make anything, they make money. That's what a corporation exists for. So, I don't think looking to movie and TV writers is a great idea for role models anyway. I think it's probably better if, kids just socialized more with people in their community in person. And you'd probably get a lot more well-adjusted people. Especially since COVID has messed with a lot of that with people. And I've noticed that, like I'm kind of a product of that too. Like my son was 3 years old when all the COVID happened. And it's hard to get him like play dates with kids because like people have become a lot more antisocial. Like people kind of went into their bubbles and they never really came out. And that makes it difficult. Hey Alex, welcome back. And Mechias Tech, what's going on? Yeah, we should never be relying on, well, there's a lot that goes to that, but relying on people anyway is rough. But if you want good role models, like, you should be looking closer to home and not relying on, Hollywood or whatever, because Hollywood's never been great for role models. Unless it's like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is full of good role models. No, it's data ends in Y. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the problem about giving a good product that never gets unpopular is that's almost impossible. Yeah, you can't just like you can't it's if you want to see a product that never gets unpopular, you're the one that has to come up with that. Yeah, it's like people change, society changes, like things change, and that's it. Like you can't just decide like, yes, this is timeless, because yeah, things change. So and I don't even think like, George Lucas and all the people that wrote the original Star Wars, I don't think they knew their product was going to be timeless and amazing and beloved by so many different people and everything. But that's it happened, and that's great that it happened, because I think Star Wars is awesome. But you can't just decide like, man, I'm gonna write a set of morals for this character in this movie and everybody's gonna love it and for all time, and we're gonna have that. Like, you can't do that. People's interest changes too. So like, it's if we're talking about like Warhammer, like I'm an old time Warhammer player. I've been playing these games for almost 25 years at this point. Um, would I jump into Warhammer 3rd Edition, 40k 3rd Edition, today if it were to just come out? Like all the miniatures, the setting, the rules, all that stuff. Honestly, probably not, because the minis look goofy, and the rules weren't great, because Warhammer rules have never been great, and it was kind of weird. At the time, it worked fine and it was great and it was fun and I loved it. I thought everything looked cool, but yeah, it's that's just how things are. Like things change, and there are people that would have never gotten into Warhammer 10 years ago that got into it now, but. Yeah, Black Ops, but you're talking about like writing an entire religion based on something. So, like that's a whole different beast that you're getting into. Like, if you want timeless role models, just go ahead and create a new religion, write a timeless book that people will buy for all time and continue to follow. Yeah, 40K's always had terrible rules. Yeah. To some, LTR is a religion. Yeah, to some people, yeah, maybe it is. I heard in the UK, like the third most popular religion that like people put on like their census forms is Jedi Knight or whatever. So, you know, how much of that is trolling? Probably all of it. Things are going much, yeah. All right, guys. I think we're getting a little too far with this. Um, yeah. If you want to have a better role model, you know how you do that? You be a better role model. You know? You find the if you think that people aren't being kind to one another, then go be kind to someone. If you think that people aren't respecting people as much anymore, then you go respect people. Like that's how you change the world, right? Like complaining that the world isn't great because you can't call women sexy is not like that has nothing to do with like what is wrong with the world. Um, yeah, you be the change you want to be. All right, that's yeah. What's up, Zen? We're getting all philosophizer today, so. People seem to be excited for a stream tomorrow, though, Zen. So we'll hang out, chat about stuff. It'll be fun. Watch the GW reveal. Hands are shaking. Yeah, you definitely do need to eat something, don't you? We're going through and like grabbing. Yeah. Yeah, I told him I was streaming, and I was like, and Zindra was going to be there, and just collective groan. Don't make my mistake and drink more coffee. No, coffee won't get rid of the shakes. No, I will say to we're gonna kind of close out this previous topic. If you read any historical, you can find historians all throughout history and people who interject their opinions about their current society, all the way back to I believe it was Socrates or Aristotle, but I think it was Aristotle. He had complaints that he wrote about how the younger generations are growing up soft and they don't respect authority and they're going to be worthless and society is going to collapse because the younger generation is just not as strong as people in his generation. And you can literally go through history and find people writing about this every generation where they complain about the younger generation um, is just not, not up to par. They're not gonna make it. They're always terrible. Everything's terrible. The future is worthless and helpless. And people say that today. And if what all of these people were saying through history was true, there literally would not be society. Like humans would not be able to stand on their own 2 feet physically with how weak they had become. Or the ancient Greeks were literal like gods among men that just, could throw mountains at each other. And the younger generation couldn't pick up quite as big a mountain, and they're like, look at these weaklings. It's just like, we all see things as adults that kids don't see, and as we grow up, we learn and see things, and sometimes we don't like it, and that's kind of just how it is, guys. Like, people are different, generations are different, and older generations typically don't like the younger generations. That's society. What, Zen? What are you talking about? The character, I don't even know what you're talking about. Black Op. Yeah, I don't know. I've never watched Doctor Who, so show was too nerdy for me. But yeah, things change. People complained about newspapers. Reading newspapers is going to rot your brain. Reading novels is going to rot your brain. What do you mean you don't know what a phone jack is? Yeah. Yeah, no one wants to be on the false side. Yeah, it's true. It gets better. New generation doesn't have the same struggles, and the lens changes. Yeah, it's true. Classic Gary. Yeah, I watched a really interesting thing about like the kind of like the baby boomer generation and how they were raised by like the World War II vets and everything, and in the United States at least is, I think, the context of this, and how the generation that fought in World War II, they grew up in the Depression. So they grew up during the Great Depression. It was scrounging and saving everything you can, wearing literal potato sacks as clothes, and eating like potatoes and eggs for dinner every night, and just this like crazy, like it's a whole different world basically. And they instilled that in their kids, of this idea that you never know when things are going to go, so you enjoy everything to the fullest, and you do everything you can now, because you never know when society is just going to collapse. Well, the kind of the baby boomer generation grew up in the literal like golden age of the United States. It never had it better. They had kind of everything they could have ever wanted. Not to say that people didn't struggle or have a hard time, but in general, as a society, and so their whole generation was a focus of getting what I can out of with what I have right now, and because we never know when it's not gonna last and everything. And so what are you talking about, Zen? Yeah. So, and then like what kind of decisions did that lead to? Which was a lot of like me, mine, and then yeah, okay, sure, wrong chat. All right. School lunches and farming programs. Yeah, yep, crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Be the change you want to be. All right. If you want better role models, be a better role model. If you want timeless entertainment, then make timeless entertainment. Don't rely on corporations to make you happy and to teach you everything you need to know about life, because that's terrifying. Maybe you may have cultured American. I'm not saying baby boomers ruin the world. I didn't say that. Yours are the worst. but corporations are people as well. You know what, guys? I'm about to just talk about Horus Heresy again to get everybody off this subject, because I'm not really going anywhere. So this Horus guy, he sure did a heresy. There's a guy in a Discord, and he's doing a fight club for heresy characters, doing challenges for all the like non-Primarch characters in the game, and I don't know how he's just like saying the results. He's not like showing dice rolls or anything, but I think he might just be picking his favorite characters to win. I have a feeling that's what he's doing. Because he's doing like, yeah, I'm going to do multiple duels, and I matched up the characters and I made a bracket, and then he's just like, oh man, oh look, this guy won. That's all he's doing. And it's... yeah. Speaking of horror, oh my gosh, yeah. I never said baby boomers are ruining everything. I did not use those words. That's what okay, if that's what you heard, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not saying I disagree with it. I'm just saying I didn't use those words. A grand changer in the world? We hear tomorrow. Yeah, you never know. Who knows? Who knows? Food is good. Remarkable how much better one feels after not being hungry. Yeah, no kidding. That's my son. He's a terror when that kid's hungry. Food is truly the food of the gods. Life gets the worst hungry, yeah. Oh, Zen, I have to tell you. I gotta tell you, man. Next week, probably this weekend at some point, I'm gonna make a lasagna from scratch. And I want you to try the lasagna. So I'm gonna send you a big piece of the lasagna. I'm curious about your opinions. Squirrel, welcome back. So obviously, this will be a lasagna that my wife can eat, who has very, very many food allergies. But I'm excited. I'm excited to try it. Yep. It's garlicless and dairy free. That's right. Yep. So we will get honest opinions. And it sounds terrible, but I think I can make a decent lasagna. Last time I made a lasagna was a few years ago. And my wife did not yet know that she was allergic to garlic, so I put a lot of garlic in it, and it was great. Yeah, so my wife is also allergic to chicken, so we're not doing a chicken lasagna. Yep, we got to make do. Yeah, yep. Like I said, she's got a lot of food allergies, so we make it work. Yeah, there's a lot of inconvenience. Yeah, yeah. You know, it's all right. I cook dinner and I make it work. I don't mind a challenge sometimes, but I can make some pretty good food that caters to her allergies, so it's not so bad. Yeah, I think garlic is the more inconvenient one. Yeah, chicken is pretty easy to avoid, but like garlic is one of those like people put it places. Yeah, like every restaurant they put garlic in everything. Okay, some silver. I don't know what I'm going to do with those colors. Might be more bronze thing. Avoiding yeast for a while, which is also insane. Yeah, yeah. That one seems like it'd be difficult. Yeah, we basically have to avoid all dessert foods too, because well, at least like store bought or whatever a restaurant. So yes, she's allergic to eggs. Yeah, we eat a lot of pork. Classic Gary. So pork and pork and beef, and I live in Ohio, which is very landlocked. So like, not like fish is cheap or abundant or fresh, but we do eat fish when we can. So yeah, pretty much every aspect of the chicken. I don't know about like chicken beaks or chicken gizzards, but I would assume. Um, you don't have lakes. I would not trust the fish out of Ohio lakes. So no, no, I would just rather say we don't have lakes. Tuna sandwiches? No, God, man, I hate tuna. Um, I like fresh tuna. So like I'll eat like sushi, like tuna with like in like sushi and stuff. But yeah, she likes tuna, so she'll occasionally eat it. But I probably am, but I don't care. Like I said, we eat a lot of pork. A lot of pork. We'll eat like vegan or vegetarian meals quite a bit too, which is fine. Find other ways to add like your protein in those meals and stuff, but we do that. Our whole family, my son included, loves salmon, so I grill salmon a lot. Declare war against mackerel. Just half the price, but a great substitute in cooking. Interesting. Okay. Yes. You coming to hang out?
Just for a couple minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Painting Son says hi, guys. He's chilling. Yep. What you eating?
Apples.
Apples, nice.
Can't wait to see my Space Marines with shoulder pads.
Yeah, I'll finish putting your Space Marines together soon. Painting's on everybody. He occasionally paints with me.
Not all the time.
No, not all the time. He just wants to sit down and hang out. So people are saying hello and what's up.
Everybody.
Painting Son. Question.
Yep.
What are the 3 favorite meals that I cook for you? Like actual meals that I cook.
Carbonara.
Carbonara, okay. We make it's a dairy-free, egg-free carbonara, by the way.
Oh,
Anyway.
so good.
Yep. Okay.
Remember the Alfredo you made and I really liked it?
Yeah, like an Alfredo for the pasta. Okay,
I
yeah,
like the
yeah.
Alfredo.
Okay. What
and
else?
I love the soup dumplings.
Soup. Well, I don't make the soup dumplings. We just steam them. But
Yeah, or some was
what about the salmon? What about grilled salmon?
oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Salmon.
I am quite proud of how I can grill salmon. So.
Well, he's the best at cooking fish. If you need salmon to be cooked, please ask him.
Yep.
Ask him every single tiny detail.
Yeah. What is your favorite part of the salmon painting, Son?
Oh,
Favorite part?
honestly, I do not like the skin that much.
Wait, what? That was your favorite part? You don't like the crispy skin?
I mean, sometimes
Okay.
if it's like super crispy,
Yeah, like a chip.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
when
like
it's
that,
good.
But
No, once it's not crispy anymore, it's not as good. But yeah, he's being a contrary. Yep.
I love the meat.
Yeah, the skin is the tastiest part, Cultured American. I know it freak people out too. Like, yeah, the skin is so good on salmon. So I grill salmon, and I'll season it. You put like olive oil and then like just salt and pepper's fine. You can put some other stuff on there, and then you grill it skin side down, and you grill it until that skin and it bubbles when it gets crispy. It's crazy, and it's like the crispiest like chicken skin. It has all the flavor and like the seasonings in there and everything. Yeah, it's delicious. It's really good. Yeah. I am more comfortable grilling salmon than I am like grilling a steak. We probably grill, I don't know, 3 or 4 days a week. I'm grilling dinner, so yeah, I have a smoker. I haven't used my smoker in years though. Yeah, I do love to cook. So we try to make delicious things. And we work around Painting Wife's diet, her dietary restrictions. And it seems to work out fine. Pasta and cream with basil and salmon. Oh yeah, that sounds good. I might have to make that next week.
And who would win? Next level. You remember the Primark stuff we did? Like going up a level every time. We can do that again.
Do what?
Remember we did the Primarks and who would win Primarks?
Oh, do a who would win. You want to ask people who would win in the Primarks?
We
Okay.
do it all the time. We used to.
Hold on, what's that? You can go to North Carolina coast. Catch us some Chinook. Is that a fish? That's interesting. Okay. Huh.
Who would win? Magnus or Vulcan?
Magnus or Vulcan?
Yep.
I don't know. They fought. I think Magnus is winning until people helped Vulcan. It's a salmon species. Interesting. Yeah, Chinook is a helicopter. Yeah. Did they name a helicopter after a salmon? Is that... What kind of shoes do frogs wear?
Sneakers.
Open-toed.
Oh, dang.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay.
The first one that I actually ever get.
Yeah. Design where it goes noodles, ricotta noodles. Yeah. So I just resigned myself to never eating lasagna again. And and I found like a, was it like a recipe or something I just found, or video someone was making lasagna, and what they did was they did noodle and they made like a meat sauce, so like beef, like with the marinara, and then they instead of like cheese, it was like a cream, basically like an Alfredo almost. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, wait a second, I can do this. Yeah, so because they didn't use like ricotta, it used like a just like a cream sauce, but it was like a, like a cheesy cream sauce or whatever. And I was like, I can work with this. So because I can make like a dairy free Alfredo, and like I'll make a meat sauce with no dairy. Like that's easy, right? So so yeah, I made a lasagna once. Like it might have been 3 or 4 years ago. It was amazing. It was so good. I just gotta do that without garlic, and we gotta make it taste good. We'll see. Maybe it'll be bad, but Zen, you'll be the judge of it. Just don't judge it too quickly. All right. You gotta try it first. Pre-corruption Magnus or Demon Magnus? That's a good question. I just saw Big Papa's comment. Never mind. Yeah, Chinooks were weird helicopters, creating the blades out of salmon. I can't keep up with chat. My slurch is a garlic and I've never seen her in daylight? Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so it's belt buckles. That's what we're getting. Little belt buckles. To get creative with food, I've been saving money ordering to-go bags from random groceries. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's right. I remember you talking about the Polish cucumber soup. I looked that up. It looked interesting. I don't know. I told my wife about it. She did not have the same reaction.
It sounds really good, actually. The way Daddy explained it, I think I'd try it.
Yeah, he says that until I actually make it. Yeah, now. Grab your bowl, dude.
I know.
Okay. Have fun. See you painting, son.
Hey, everybody. I'll see you next stream, probably.
All right.
By the way, I won't be here next week.
That's right. He's going to his grandma and grandpa's. Staying for a week. What was Junior? A lot of time on where I grew up. Just think of him when model. Yeah, yep. My son is 8 years old. He's gonna be 9 this year. So he's yeah, my parents live, yeah, they are several states away from me, so he's going to, my mom calls it grandma camp, and him and all of his cousins who are all that are around his age go. So it'll be 4 of them with a possible 5th who is a toddler at this point, who might be hanging out and doing some things, but yeah, it's just like a week-long camp basically, but it's with a grandma and like his favorite people, who are all of his cousins. So he's really excited. My mom kind of goes all out, but it'll be good. Their theme this year is Survivor, like the show, like the reality show. So my parents love Survivor, so they want to do that. My son's been getting into Survivor, so they're making a Survivor themed camp. So they're doing like challenges and learning how to make fire, and doing like Oh my gosh, she put a flag, a survivor like flag, out in the front of their driveway. Like, it's just out there right now, like waiting for all the kids. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, she did a spy camp one year, and so, yeah, she gets exhausted by the end of it. Like, it wipes her out, which is fair. And my dad is always tired because he's always building something. But, yeah, I think she's been learning, like how much she needs to do to like keep the kids occupied and how much downtime they all need and everything. So, it's she's figuring it out. But yeah, the survivor camp sounds like fun. I think they got like tents where they can sleep outside one night. It's for all the grandkids. Yeah, yep. Not all of them. So there are a couple grandkids that are adults now. So there are 2 that are adults. They're not going down to stay, but there are 4 younger ones that are Okay, so let's see. 3 of them that are my son's age. So my son, he has 2 cousins that live up here, and then there's another cousin that's his age that lives down near my parents, and then there is another one that lives down there, my nephew that lives down there. He is 3 years old, so I don't think he will be part of everything, but they're going to try to include him because he's part of the cousin crew as well, and he's kind of getting into it, so he'll probably be there like during the day and then go home. But yeah, there are 4 cousins that are all within like a year and a half of each other, so it's pretty, or within like about 2 years of each other. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, they're being spoiled. Oh yeah, yep. It is not close. No, it's about an 8-hour drive from us. So I know. Yeah, my wife is a little jealous because she's a huge Survivor fan. Like, she just constantly rewatches old seasons and everything. Like, that's like her hobby at this point. But yeah, we're gonna get some projects done around the house. We have to stain our deck. It's due, which is unfortunate. But she said she'd help me, and she doesn't know what she's getting into. So, yeah. And I'm gonna be streaming next week. I'm gonna be painting that giveaway mini, guys. Bringing this full circle. You guys want to win a free giveaway mini? I am painting a cafe mini, a brand new mini that I kind of happened into. I am not going to stream the deck staining, no. Because what would happen if I did stream the deck staining? I know I'm going to be doing tons of stuff wrong because I am terrible at like home projects and everything, and it's just I'm just going to be like lambasted on stream, and you guys are going to like lose all respect for me. So great use for Acrax or Shade. Big Poppy, you remember the table that I built with a friend of mine? He wanted to see if he can make a 40k board using only GW materials. He bought $150 worth of texture paint from GW. Yeah, Culture 1, 2, or 3, don't worry about it. Yeah, That mini's so cool, though. Here's my thought with this cafe mini. I'll show you guys this mini here. I'll show it off again. I really like this line of minis. They look really cool. They look like a lot of fun to paint. I'm hoping that this is an outlet for me of like, man, I want to collect an army, but I don't want to take the time and paint all of it. But also, like, they just look so cool, and it's it's the old world, and it's like Warhammer Fantasy, which is awesome. I hope this is my outlet of like, I paint the mini and have the fun and play with the colors and do all the things, and then it goes away, and like that whole experience is out of my system, and I don't have to feel like I need to collect an entire army. Or maybe I'm just going to like it so much that I'm going to want to buy some minis, and then I'll, maybe I'll do that. But my big complaint about this mini are the wings. Like, you see how far these wings stick out from the base, and they're close to the ground. So if this mini gets charged in the flank, there is no way for, like, units to come into its flank, to actually, like, sit base to base contact. If the wings were up more, it wouldn't be as big a deal, like having the wings like up to where like a normal infantry soldier could fit into the flank. But the fact that they're down, I think, is a disservice as far as gameplay goes. Probably looks better for the purpose of actual models, which is GW in a nutshell, right? But yeah, as far as gameplay goes, this is not the greatest. Yeah, it would be a problem, but it's one of those things, like, you talk to your opponent, like, I have this many, hey, they charge the flank, all right, they count as being, right here, even though they're standing, like, back here. There, that's it. Yeah, if you just keep putting it on, like, progressive tactical rocks, yeah. But this mini looks great. This mini looks incredible. I have done this before, Cultured American, and it has gotten the itch out, so... I painted that Eldar Farseer, which was an absolute blast to paint. I loved painting that Eldar Farseer that I gave away a few months ago. Yeah, I painted that, and I'm just kind of like, I'm good. I don't need to paint more of these. Not on a stand that you take off, like the Storm Drake. Oh, the Storm Drake's on a stand. Wow, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, Black Op. The guy, he had gotten a job, and he was just like, he's like, man, I always had this idea. I wanted to see if it would work and how it would work. And he's like, red's cheap, I'm single. He's like, I got good job, no debt. He's like, I'm gonna do it. So we found out that you can only order in quantities of 6 at my local store. And they kind of laughed when he told him. He's like, I need 10 pots of texture paste. And they're like, excuse me? He's like, I need 10 pots. Like, we can only give you 6. He's like, all right, I'll be back next week for the other 6, and ended up taking 15 pots. We used 4 pots of wash, and that was with the old large pots of them. So there were 4 pots of those, and then we used less than half a pot of paint to dry brush, so it wasn't bad. We also bought what was it? It was some of the little like base textures that GW makes, like little plastic bits that you can like put on bases and stuff. So we got some of that. We put them on the base. It was cool. We got like little like Streetworks and stuff. But I think I do have maybe on the YouTube channel an old battle report or 2 that takes place on that board. My battle reports, they're very simple and very quick. But if you want to go check out like what the board looked like, there might be a thing. Yeah, he had money to burn. He wanted to burn it, and I was cool with it. And it was kind of a funny idea. And we talked about this a lot. I was like, man, you could do so much more for so much cheaper. And he was just, he was in a good spot, and he had an idea he wanted to do. And we made a really nice table topper that he let me keep, which is gorgeous and amazing and useful. As a table topper, and I use that weekly at this point. Like, it's fantastic. So so yeah, no problem. And I have the board in my house, so I hold on to the board and everything. So that's amazing. Yeah, GW's happy. You know what though? It's fine. GW is gonna make that money regardless. Hey, Darkest Sun, welcome in. I'm having a good day. Getting some paint on some minis. We got looking forward to stuff coming down the line. We're gonna have a good week next week. In 2 weeks, the Heresy stuff comes out. It's about a week and a half, less than a week and a half. I'm gonna stream a bit extra during that week. I'm not streaming that Thursday, but I'm gonna stream Monday and Yeah, and try to really make up for some lost time and paint Heresy minis on stream. So that should be a lot of fun. Marines Malevolent, who commit the most war crimes? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Harvest tomatoes, nice. Look at this man. He's living the good life, Big Papa is. Just growing his food. Living in California, so he has like the best weather to grow whatever you want. It's just crazy. Okay. I need to look this up real quick. Need to go back further. Okay. Briggs Judgment see one heretic and they're like glass the planet. Oh, really? Nice. Alright. That sounds pretty war crimey. I'll take this off of here for now. This whole middle piece should have been silver. I should have looked this many up before I assumed things. Let's see, what else? Yeah, it looks like these pieces are silver as well. Now I can get this. I realized I need to go pick up some more bottles of clear red before all this stuff releases. Because I only have like 4 bottles left, and I don't think that's enough to get through everything I'm getting. The AK stuff. So I'm going to go to that local store, and I'm just going to buy out their whole stock when I go there next. silver on them, and I think that might be about... No, I got a little more. Let's get these... Never done with the silver. AKA paint pens attest they're better for a trim. It's garbage. Oh, that sucks, Cultured American. Oh, yeah, it's too bad. Yeah, AK seems like it could be a very hit or miss product line. Even the clear red isn't great, but I've learned to work around it because it matches what I use it for. So it matches the color I used to use, so now I use it. It's to be black. Okay. You know, I know some people that really like AK Interactive stuff. That's cool. I haven't been like too impressed. What color green? We're doing lining on the mech army. Okay, okay. Give me 1 second. All right, back. Culture, your Mechanicum army looks so good. One of these days, I might collect some Mechanicum. It's not you. Where was my brush I was using? It was you. And I'll do some kind of Jouer Cod kind of scheme. I'm not sure, like, if I'll do the green and bronze. I like the green and bronze, but I'll probably end up doing the red and black or red and dark gray, whatever that is. Yeah, they look fantastic. Gosh, these guys have more belt buckles. That brush too big. Where was the brush I was just using? Whatever. We'll pick out a smaller brush. It's fine. red and black. I feel several of my other armies red and black. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I know. I would just have like this whole like. I'd want to be super lore accurate with it, and I read discussions of how Shaurakot operates and like little like city states within the thing, and it was like, yeah, the guys that are red and black were the ones that actually worked for the Thousand Suns or whatever, and I was like, do I just hand wave that and just like do the thing because the colors are cool, or do I stick with the the most lore, probably most lore accurate option? I don't know. Yours looks so good though. Like I don't know. I wouldn't like. Yeah, green is my favorite color, and I don't have a green army, so. This guy has a belt buckle. Okay, can't see it. All right. We need you. We need you. Yeah, yeah, it looks so good. What transfers are you using on those? Did you get like the Custodes transfer sheet, like that comes in the Custodes sets? Is that the one you got that just has like a bunch of Thousand Suns and Space Wolf transfers in it? That's you. You didn't get the Forge World one, did you? Oh, cool. Okay. Legion Imperialis has Thousand Suns transfers. Icons. Okay, perfect foot troops. That makes sense. All right, what are we doing? We're looking for this. What do you think is going to get announced for Legions Imperialis? Anybody play Legions Imperialis and have an idea of what they think will get announced tomorrow? Split happened. They side with 1,000 Suns. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I like it. Below a 2,000 point army of 2 fortresses for just $600. That's solid. All right. Welcome into the stream. And that's really cool. Okay. this last one. Mastodons, you think? Some super heavy stuff. The transports, that'd be cool. You think they'll put out some like Saturnine stuff? Yeah, I wonder if they would do that. Yeah, I was telling you guys about that like the guy that's doing the Horus Heresy duels. Yeah, he's fudging it. He's fudging the numbers. He's also an Alpha Legion player, and he has an Alpha Legion versus Thousand Suns. And he's like, nah, the Alpha Legion guy wins. It's just funny how he worked it out. I saw that. So what he did, it's a guy named Dynat. I can't remember his first name. Dynat is like an Alpha Legion like first captain against Magistus Amon. Was a Thousand Suns character, and Amon in the game, his melee weapon, he hits I think it was 6 attacks. And it's a poison 2-up AP2 weapon. Yeah, Armilis Daynat. Yeah, that's who it is. Yep. So he's always wounding on 2s. And it's AP2. And then he gets a... with his spells, he can get a gambit that makes it... that he always hits on 2s. He can do a gambit where he hits his opponent on 2s. So he can hit and wound on 2s with an AP2 weapon. Alright, with like 5 or 6 attacks. And he also gets +2 to his initiative in duels to see who goes first, so he's like striking faster.
First of all,
Steven, welcome in.
To thank you for allowing me.
Yeah, you were just in YouTube, right? 7th Sin? Was that you in YouTube, Steven? Yeah, we're or .7, sorry. Yep. We're I stream on both, so thank you for the follow though. Twitch is a little more responsive when you're chatting with people anyway. There's not quite as big of a delay and everything. So welcome in and thank you for the follow. So this guy, he rolls the dice and he has Dynat winning all 3 of the like priorities. It's a roll-off plus your initiative. And Amon is a higher initiative, but apparently Dynat won all 3 of them. And then when Amon hit Dynat, and he inflicted 1 wound. I don't know how he inflicts 1 wound, hitting and wounding on 2s, and then a 50-50 chance of saving him. But then Dynat will just like, yeah, oh yeah, he hits with everything. Yeah. And he won it with all 3. I was like, please. He's fudging the numbers. It's not real. It's fake news. I don't know, something, but oh yeah, we gotta get these little pieces too. Yeah. The Alpha Legion would say that, wouldn't they? I do think it's funny, the guy with like the Alpha Legion tag. He's like, yeah, of course the Alpha Legion character with nothing unique about him will win. Where he uses Thunder Hammer that subtracts from his initiative, but he's still winning the focus roll to go first against an initiative 7 character. Makes sense. It's actually Alpha Legion, so Alpha Legion still won. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's honestly fine. I keep I've watched some YouTube videos talking about like different things, and like, oh, who's the winners and losers of 3rd edition, all this stuff. Nobody's mentioning Thousand Suns, and I love it because I think they're going to be like really strong. It's better for them to give them some time before everybody starts calling them OP. Everybody's focused on Raven Guard being too good, but fine. Okay. This old friend, I feel like she's targeting me specifically. She died. There was getting a Sisters of Silence. 30k. Yeah. So what you do with that, Wandering Picked, is she wants to collect Sisters of Silence. That's fine. Let her collect them. Tell her maybe it might be a little too strong. Play a game once.
Let me take just a moment.
If it's too much,
into your home.
Just tell her. Like, hey, I don't think that was very fun that I didn't get to use my Legion rules. And let that be that. Tell her I don't really want to play if you're gonna bring Sisters of Silence every time. I don't really want to play because I don't get to play the game how my army plays the game. I want to be able to use my rules. And we have no idea how Sisters of Silence are going to play. Ultimately, though, if you're going to play in 3rd edition, and you're going to play against Sisters of Silence, just bring autocannons, and you just kill them. Use the good old bolter against the Sisters, and then you psychic power everybody else. But, again, I don't know how that's going to work in 3rd edition, so maybe that won't be as much a thing. Natalie, Stacy, welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, you gotta overcome like the Thousand Suns did on Prospero when they saw the Sister to the Silence. They were throwing fireballs at everybody. They're like, ouch, this hurts my head. And like, alright, shoot that person. Okay. Let's get a little more black. Just on these tires. I just want a second coat because it looks a little patchy. Ally Spire Guard tanks? Yeah, yeah. Ugh. Solar Ox are looking so good. The Spire Guard rule seems really good too. Where you just get a reaction if you're getting shot. You just make the enemy perils. They suffer the damage from the perils, and the perils is the number 13 minus your willpower, and you suffer that many wounds with no saves. I think you get invuln saves. You don't get like damage mitigation or armor saves or cover saves or anything. So you average willpower being 7. I don't know what it'll be on Sisters of Silence, but the Space Wolf Squad decides to shoot at your Solar Auxilia, and they just take like the psychic backlash and get wrecked. Just kill like 6 Space Marines when they try to shoot at your Solar Aux, which is hilarious. One second, guys. Okay. I think we're good on black. Yeah, Solar Aux are fun to paint too. Yeah, their tanks are really cool. What are we doing next? Should we get some red? No, I have more black here. I completely forgot about. Radphage and Fleshbane a thing? Yes. Yes. Phage is a thing. It's a rule. It's just -1 to the stat, it says. And Fleshbane is, it's poison. You have poison, it gives you a value for poison. That's what you need to wound. So, yeah. Yeah, Mechanicum are going to be super strong. Or it seems like they will be. I don't know if they have a lot of ways to score actual objectives, but it seems like they'll be... murder machines will be murder machines. And ultimately, Wandering picked, it's for fun, right? You do this for fun. So if you're not having fun, then do something else. But um, yeah, if you want to be real mean to your friend, heavy support squads with autocannons is the way to go. That's the way you like completely destroy your friend's army, and then you're like, okay, now we can play the game. If we're all gonna calm down for a second. Yeah. You take the autocannon team, you give them Corvidae as their Arcana, and then just let them rend on 5-ups, and they just destroy 20 wounds worth of something every turn at minimum. So yeah, mutually assured destruction. You play one game, you get out of your system, and then you say, okay, let's tone it down a bit and make sure we can all have fun. Okay, red on that front shoulder. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I wonder if the Sisters of Silence rule will just be like fear. I feel like that might be a really appropriate rule for them, because it messes with psychers, but other people are like uneasy around him anyway, so maybe that'll be kind of the thing. Which to me seems reasonable from a rules point, so it's not just the one specific little use for that unit, and otherwise they're worthless. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah. It's good to have different groups to play with. Oh, the dual guy in Heresy is already quitting it because people were arguing with him about his Alpha Legion winning. That's funny. Yeah. Like, oh, it's supposed to be for fun, guys. I think it'd be different. It'd be different if he like rolled the dice and like showed people, right? Like, you know, it's fun when you're like cheering on the models as it happens and everything, but when he just says like, "Hey, this person won," and like, here's how they did it, you know, like that's not quite the same, right? Or just like math hammer it out, you know, if you want to do that and see what the math does. He's doing seems sketchy, yeah. You know, if he's just rolling dice in his house and he wants to do that, he wants to tell people about it, but he wouldn't tell people. I don't know why he's like. Yeah. Yeah, my guy happened to get all of his 4 pinballs, so he won. Make a little video. What is that? Was it 40K in 40 seconds? Was that Heresy? Heresy for Heretics used to do. Yeah, do that with Heresy duels. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Perfect setting for that. Those challenges and stuff, like GW is trying to do with like their Instagram posts or whatever, with those pictures, and they like really suck. But if you do that with like actually rolling dice, you know, like that's a cool way of doing that kind of thing. These are looking better with the red shoulder pad. They're coming together. Your eyes hurt? What are you doing? Oh, is that what you're doing all day? You're power washing, and you're complaining. You have the gall to complain. Power washing rhinos? Is that what's happening? Land raiders or what? Okay, these things, do these get other colors? That's the question. I feel like they need more colors. Gets okay, I think I know what it is. No, we're not doing stripes. Don't even get me to try to do stripes. Thank you for backing off so quickly, though. I appreciate that. The other shoulder, yeah, let's try. Let's see. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm not there to force anything. Yeah, that's fair. I appreciate the reasonable take. So you play Orcs? .7? What you were saying earlier, I remember your post. I don't know if I responded to it. The at a recent game. Playing against Thousand Suns. Yeah, nice. What an Orc army do you have? Piece of dive and other detachments. Okay. Wow, so you have a lot of minis then if you're doing a horde, right? enough to run 2 of each unit. Nice. Alright, alright. Are those minis? Are they nice minis? I haven't had opportunity to mess with any of those. The only orcs I've ever painted were the first kill team, the commandos. I painted that squad I think 3 or 4 times for people. That was it. Crew's an awesome box. Nice. Okay. Not too much detail. See, that's the important part, you know? Like, GW minis, especially for poor orcs, are super over detailed. It just makes it difficult and time consuming to paint. That's fair. All right. Oh, cool. All right. Nice. All right, let's get this guy here. Do going. All right, Wandering Pig. Have a great one. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. It's great talking to you. And I hope you have a great weekend. Actually, I might see you tomorrow. Or you might be in D&D, right? That's right. You might not be watching the stream. But I am streaming tomorrow, guys. Me and Zindra are streaming tomorrow. We're going to stream the announcement. The GW announcements. So, and chat about it for a little bit. No, I'm saying me and Zendro because I know you get furious about it, so. I hop in. Okay, that's fine when he goes and feeds the cats. Oh, cool. All right, let's take a look. Oh, wow. Wow, that's really well done. That's an awesome truck. And it's got like the prow on it and everything. That's really cool. The hat on the orc is excellent looking. Man, nicely done. Nice work. Blue's a great accent color for it too. Yeah, awesome stuff. Guys, go check out Seven's orc truck that he painted. It's good stuff. Yeah, those are great colors. Yeah, really good color choices. Yeah, you did a great job on the mini. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Yeah, orange on the Votann. Yeah, it's cool. Got some orange on these minis. I painted Votann for myself. I probably just wouldn't. But, I don't know. I think blue. Blue is a really good color for him. Or just like a lot of black. Yeah. Ultimately, though, I think Votann in general are really difficult and time consuming to paint just based on their sculpts and the like separation of details and stuff on the minis. So I don't think you can really make an easy color scheme for Votann. Just by the nature of the miniatures themselves. How to get to it. That's good. It's good. I might just have to finish this army off stream. Down in good time. I think that'll be the plan. Alright, now let's take a look at... Ooh, whoops. I want to try... Good color here. I think we're going to do dark plum. And we're going to put dark plum accents on this mini. Starting with their shield. We're still just working on base colors on these minis. Take forever. At this point, I think I'd rather be painting rubric marines. Golden maple round brushes. I've never heard of those. Never heard of the brand. Hey, Raja. How you doing today? Maple, yeah. Uh-huh. Got them on Amazon. Okay, nice. Nice. Busy work day? Let's see, what are some other colors I can mess with here? Could do knee pads. Let's do knee pads. I like the purple tone. I feel like dark plum is a good choice here. Dark plum. Very Sons of the Phoenix? What? Get out of here with your Imperial Fist successor chapters. Yeah, Pro Acryl. Pro Acryl is my paint of choice. For probably about 95% of what I paint. So I think we keep the grip red, which we need to do on some things. So I think we do this strap in purple. We'll come back for a second coat. Yeah, Procro. Yeah, it's a it's paint line by Monument Hobbies. By far my favorite paints, and I am an affiliate with them. But there we go. Yeah, just PA. Yeah, I've been shilling Procro products for a very long time before I was an affiliate. They don't send me free paint or anything. If you're in like Europe or outside the US, it might be kind of hard to get a hold of these paints. I think they started selling through like Element Games or something recently. or one of those big like UK companies, but use them about 80% of the time. Yeah, they're just solid paints. They cover good. The colors are vibrant. Good bottles. Good paint consistency. A big fan. Yeah. You and your speed paints. I feel like I had a period where I was using like contrast paints for most of my miniatures. I was finding use for them and was really happy with it. You know, I was finishing things fast, and you put those on, then you highlight them and wash them and stuff, and you get like a really nice kind of easy effect. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of shifted away from using a lot of contrast paints past couple years. All right, little plum dwarf there. Trying to get trying to get me to get AK. Yeah, I have a couple AK. That's right. Yeah, most of my vampire count army has speed paint and or contrast on them. So yeah, that is fair. That is it's a fair thing. Was that last year? It was last year when I painted those, wasn't it? Yeah. So whenever I come back to them, you know, I'll use some speed paints and stuff. But this red. Right. We'll darken it down a bit. Yeah, it was last year's 12-hour stream, wasn't it? The 40 skeletons. The painting horde. I love the tanks that we did. They all have names, and it's great. I just show people all the names of the tanks. It's so much fun. Okay, so we've messed around with the red, we've messed around with our purples. We want to do some skin, and we did skin, so we want to do some hair. No, let's do this. Let's do this instead. We need to put some panels on the Sagittar here. So let's just do a couple panels on this guy. Let's do a little bit of purple because we already have it there. I know there's a red one, there's an orange one, so we'll do the extra bit of purple on this one, and we'll add some orange on it. Purple and orange, I feel like would be cool. My Votann kill team? Yeah, a Power Rangers theme. Which kill team is that? Is that the Pioneer guys, or what are they? The trench coat guys or the jetpack guys? You're the jetpack guys. Okay. Okay. I think what we do, we take the orange. And I think we just do some small panels here so we get this back one. We'll see how we feel about it. We definitely need second coats here. Okay, this is our burnt orange. Just do just a little bit of color on it. Keep the rest kind of simple. Again, hey Softy Bjorn, welcome. Or do I one more? Maybe just keep it kind of minimalistic here. Yep, the KISS method. Yeah, just a little bit of color. I think that might be nice. And then we'll do wash and highlights and dry brushes and stuff, and I think it'll look kind of nice of just having something to kind of stick with the basic scheme. The minis are starting to look really good though. I'm happy with the direction that things are going. Again, I still have a lot to do, but it's the base colors are always the time-consuming part of these minis, so. Let's give this all a minute to dry. Yeah, just one vehicle this time, so that's nice. I'm getting into Votann. Do you guys think black armor, deep purple for the fabrics, warm gold for detail? I think that'd work great. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. I think, yeah, the vehicles, you just use the armor colors, right? Like, it's nothing, it's nothing, like, too crazy, but I think black armor would look good. I painted a Votann army a couple years ago, and it was black. With the armor, it was like orange with the cloth and stuff, like the secondary. But that's but that's a little different. I think the deep purple is nice though. Yeah, if you want a real quick way to paint vehicles when they're black, you dry brush them. Dry brush like a dark gray, like lightly dry brush, and then take an even like a lighter gray, more mid-tone gray, and you just like kind of catch the edges with it, with the dry brush, and you'll get a nice kind of highlight on the vehicles. It doesn't look too clean, it doesn't look too messy if you can get it down right. A little bit of practice. Yeah, I don't think you'll do too bad with it. For orange and white gray. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there aren't many armies that lend themselves well for orange. But Votann's one of them. Orange is a difficult color to paint, though, and adding white and gray on top of that makes it even more difficult. But yeah, you like the this purple here, this purple and the orange going. Just be ready, guys. If you collect a Votann army, be ready to spend a lot of time working on the minis, because there's not really a quick to paint Votann mini out there. The way the details are laid out on the minis just means that they all kind of just take forever to paint. So it's very fall themed. I feel like this color, the color palette on this tank, this truck, tank, ATV, whatever it is. I've already painted two Sagittars for this gentleman, so one was more red, one was more orange, and then this one I just wanted to do just something a little different, so the purple works out pretty well. Skaven? Yeah, Skaven. A Skaven army would be great to collect for the old world, but I already have one bad guy army. If I collect another army, it'd probably be a good guy army. And I don't know what that would be. Imagine a white. Okay, I don't know if YouTube allows links, but yeah, I'll write it down and I'll watch it afterwards. Loving war games. Sure, I got him up. I'll take a look at that after stream. Yeah, Cathay would be a good army to mess around with, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm partial to dwarves, but who knows? Let's let Cathay get some more minis in their line and expand a little bit, and maybe get toned down a little bit and everything, and then we'll see. I want to see some like peasants and guns and all kinds of stuff like that. I want the not Ashigaru spear wall. Guys, I think I'm gonna call it there. We got a lot of work done. The infantry's looking great. Things are looking really good. We're gonna put some washes on these minis soon. I gotta paint beards and then washes, and then we'll be doing highlights. I think I might be doing these off stream from here on out, so you guys might not see these. I'll share pictures and stuff. Yeah, the windows, it's just light bronze. I hate painting crew inside vehicles, so I just don't even bother putting them in, and I just put the canopies on and paint them. That's all I do. But yeah, thank you guys for coming to hang out today, and I should be on Sunday. I don't see if there's a reason I shouldn't be on Sunday, but I should be on Sunday, and yeah, we'll be hanging out. I'll be painting something, working on something. I'm sure maybe we'll be talking about the latest miniature drama. Who knows? And then next week, guys, we're going to be doing the giveaway mini. So all you have to do, you get a free entry for the giveaway mini if you just show up and say something in chat. Say hi, I don't know, tell me how much you hate Space Wolves. Do something like that, If you want additional entry, and also as a thank you, you can join the Patreon. Any paid dollar amount gets you an additional entry into the giveaway. And yeah, and also this whole giveaway happens because of the people who support me on Patreon. So thank you for those Patreon supporters. You guys allow me to do some extra cool things, paint some really cool minis, and send them out to people. So I thank you for that. But with all that said, you guys have... No, okay, hold on. I will be on tomorrow. I'm streaming tomorrow. I'm so used to Thursday and being done. I'll be on tomorrow, guys. 1:30 Eastern Daylight. And I will send a reminder to you guys. I'll post it up. But at 1:30 Eastern Daylight time, we're going to we're gonna stream the GW announcements. So it'll be on 1:30. We'll probably get off about 3:30. Watch the announcements, chat about it for a little bit, and that's what we'll do tomorrow. But otherwise, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.